So I finally got a chance to sit down and talk about this. This is the summary of my trip to Snowdon Peak, Wales. Since most of the names are in Welsh, I'd like to apologize in advance that I will mispronounce the names, especially in the first beginning. Since this is my first solo hiking trip, the plan is not to die. So this is Snowdon National Park, and I'm gonna start off right here. It's called Llanberis. It's like a small city town. I'm gonna go down following the Llanberis path up until here, the Snowdon Peak. Then from there, I'm just gonna go down and then following this miner's track, because that track's gonna lead me to this Linley Down with the Snowdon at the back if I shot it from this side. And then I'm just gonna go back to Penia Pass, and that's where all the toilets and all the city centers is as well. And if it's not too late, I'm gonna go continue from here back to Llanberis. That's where my journey ends. I searched for the safest route, and they also said that it might snow that year. So I bought appropriate hiking gears, and I bought enough food and drinks. And I also make sure that I know how to read a compass and map. And just in case I get lost there, I don't really need to rely so much on my phone because I might not get a good reception up there. To be honest, I feel like I bought way too much gear and food because I thought I could fly a drone up there, but when I arrived, it's very windy and it's not possible. As for food, I don't feel like eating when I'm hiking. I actually need more water than food. And for my camera gear, I think I bought one body with me, which is my A7 II, and 2 sets of lenses. I think that's it. But it feels so heavy. So hiking day, it was 31st of December 2019, and I deliberately running away from London because as an introvert, I really hate London during those times because it was way too crowded and everyone is just going out, and I prefer somewhere quiet. That's why I'm going to the mountains. The sunrise is around 9:30 a.m. and using the Llanberis path, they said if you are fast enough, you could get there by 3 hours. And I'm pretty sure I'm not fast. So I started going up around 5:30 a.m. and it was pitch black. And I thought it was a bad idea. I was sort of like deciding whether or not I should go back and continue the journey later on when the sun rises. But in the end, I just pushed through. And there's actually this one person that I called in San Francisco at that time. She answered my call because I think the time difference sort of makes sense. She calms me down and she actually helped me big time at that time. But I'm not sure if she would watch this video because she's too busy working. After walking about 2 hours in pitch black, I finally met someone. There's this middle-aged lady who runs uphill with her dog. I was panting and she was running uphill with her dog. 3 hours in and I saw the same lady walking down. She was like, "Oh yeah, you could just walk for 10 minutes. It was a lie. It took me about 40 minutes to reach to the peak, and it is actually getting steeper and steeper. 10 to 10, I reached the peak, and guess what I did? I made coffee. It was actually one of the best under-extracted coffee I've ever tasted. I met another solo female hiker up there. Her name is Kaylee. She's lovely, and she's the one behind this picture. We have the same route down, so we finally decided to go down together. And my plan to take photo by the lake, it went down the drain. It was very foggy, you can't really see anything, you can't see the peak, so when we arrived at the small town that I talked about, the bus wouldn't be there for about 2.5 hours. But Kaylee was nice enough to give me a lift back to Clanbreeze, or else I have to walk for about 5 hours. I really enjoyed small towns and mountains because everyone was so friendly without being too creepy. I'm not the type of person who talk to strangers pretty easily, but I talked to quite a lot of people back then and I'm really glad.
Where are you from?
London.
Alright, okay, yeah, wow.
Coming down to celebrate New Year, like in a different way.
Well, absolutely.
Morning.
We just can't tell when they're empty. There's been a few times where I've taken one and then I've started cooking my sausages. It's gone. Oh God.
You do, yeah.
And that's it for today's video. I really hope you like it as much as I had fun making it, especially during this lockdown where we couldn't really travel anywhere. So it's really nice to have this kind of like flashback, reminded me of the past and have this sort of memorable memories. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. And London is fairly really hectic around this time.
Yes.
I was like,
I was there last year, oddly enough. Was there, yeah, last year I was there for the New Year, and it was mad. Absolutely mad. Hardly saw any fireworks, saw a few fights. You know, and
so lots of people
trampling
and
in
then fights.
pubs with urine all everywhere.
Oh yeah.
That was, yeah.
It was a disaster.